Okay, so beautiful, silky smooth, restaurant quality mushroom soup in less than 25 minutes. Take 2 mushrooms from the pack and thinly slice them. Heat some olive oil in a pan, add the mushrooms, fry them until they take on a bit of colour, and set them aside to use right at the end after we've made the soup. Take the remaining mushrooms and just coarsely chop them into quarters. Just like that. With the 2 onions, just top and tail them, peel the skin off, and then just coarsely chop them up into small chunks, nothing too fancy. We're only going to be frying and boiling them. There we go. Just small chunks like that. Take about 100 grams of potato. You don't need any more than that. The potato is going to be providing the thickening agent, the starch. So we peel the potato and set that aside, and then take a garlic clove, take the gnarly bottom off, peel the skin off, and then just finely chop that. Take 2/3 of a Knorr Stockpot, 500 ml of water, and put them in a jug. Heat some oil, fry the onions and the garlic, not the mushrooms yet, just the onions and the garlic. Take that bitterness off the onion, make them nice and sweet. Chop up the potato into equal sized pieces and tip that into the onions and garlic. Give them a bit of a stir, nice bit of colour on the onions, that's perfect then. Then get the raw mushrooms and tip them all into the pot with the onions and the water and the Knorr Stockpot. All in now, everything's in there. Give them a bit of a stir. Bring it to the boil, bit more of a stir, bring it to the boil, and then leave it to simmer. So turn the heat right down, leave it to simmer for about 15 minutes, basically however long it takes just to soften those potato pieces right to the core. Then you get your blender and you put all the bits and all the liquid in the blender. What I find is it's better to take the large chunks first and blend them without all the liquid in the blender at once, because if you tip it all in, fire the blender on, it semi-explodes and it just gets a lot of mess everywhere. So big chunks first, and a sprig of parsley, that's about to go in now. You look. There you go, just a little sprig of parsley, that's just to provide a bit of contrast in colour, tiny bit of earthiness, but mostly a contrast against that horrendous beige colour. A little flecks of green makes it look nice. Fire the blender up, and while it's blending, tip all the remaining liquid through the hole in the top. Don't worry, it's not going to jump back out, it's not a salmon, everything's fine. Tip that in, keep it blending. Halfway through, stop and check the soup for seasoning. This needed a little bit of salt. In it went, bit of salt. A couple of pinches actually. Some black pepper went in there as well, I've not got footage of that. And then you fire the blender back up to the highest speed possible. Keep it going until that soup is beautifully silky smooth. Absolutely silky smooth, and that's the difference. We don't want a coarse soup. Get those little fried chunks from the very start and put them in. They provide a tiny bit of surprise texture while you're eating. It's lovely to come across a little slither of mushroom while you're eating that soup. Stir that in. Get your favourite bowl. Tip it in. I made some sourdough croutons, in they went. Get those slithers of mushrooms that you've got left from the start, use them as garnish. Parmesan, a little bit of olive oil, black pepper, and a tiny little sprig of parsley, and you are done. That soup is absolutely stunning. I had 2 bowls straight after I made this.